All right, hello, this is Mr. Burns here, and I want to explain the Unit 7 project for Judicial Branch. It's called Supreme Court Case Analysis. Okay. So this is the first slide you're going to see. All right, the second slide is going to have kind of your project choice. So this is going to explain kind of what you're supposed to do in terms of making a decision. There are three choices. Option A is your first possible choice, and that is indicated by the yellow box. First Amendment, freedom of speech and press. Option B is the Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure. And option C is the 14th Amendment, due process and equal protection. So you have to make a choice by moving this green check mark to one of those boxes and dropping it in right here, or right here, or right here. And you can see that for option A, the cases are Tinker v. Des Moines, 1969, Hazelwood School District v. Kuhlmeier, 1988, and Texas v. Johnson, 1989. For option B, the three cases are Mapp v. Ohio, 1961, New Jersey v. TLO, 1985, and Safford Unified School District v. Reading, 2009. And the third, for 14th Amendment, the cases are Brown v. Board of Education, 1954, Regents of University of California v. Bakke, 1978, and Obergefell v. Hodges, 2015. Right. And when you go to slide 3, this is going to be where the directions are located. So you're going to use the same choice. You're only going to read that one column for option A, B, or C. So if you choose option A, all the links that you'll need for this project are on slide 4. Okay, so I'm going to go there now. You can see the Tinker v. Des Moines case here. There's a vocabulary list. There's a reading and an overview. There's a through the court system document, and there's a summary of decision document. There's also a link to a different website over here called Oyez, O-Y-E-Z. And you'll see that for each case. Tinker v. Des Moines at the top, Hazelwood School District v. Kuhlmeier in the middle, Texas v. Johnson on the bottom. Okay? If you decide to do slide number or option B, look on slide 5 for your websites. And here you'll see the same kind of setup. Mapp v. Ohio, 1961 at the top with the 4 handouts and the Oyez. New Jersey v. TLO, 1985. You'll see the same 4 type of handouts with the Oyez case over here. Safford Unified School District v. Reading, slightly different websites, but same thing as the reading. There's one with kind of the procedural history and the summary, and then there's also the Oyez if you want to use that website. And then option C is the due process and equal protection. You're going to see slide 6 for option C. Same thing. Brown v. Board of Education at the top with the reading and the history and all that, and the Oyez case and the vocab. On the second one is the Bakke case, which is case C2, and you'll see the same thing. And at the bottom, the Obergefell v. Hodges at the bottom. And the vocabulary is there as well. So you'll see all those. That's where you get all your materials that you'll need for each slide. Okay? And I'll go over each slide more individually with additional videos. But it tells you here on the next step you're going to do after you locate your resources. Slides 7 to 15, for each of the 3 cases, do the following. All right, the first thing you have to do on slides 7, 10, and 13 is to use the case overview and reading documents to complete the 4 rows in the orange table. For slides 8, 11, and 14, you're going to use the through the court system document to fill in the 3 or 4 gray boxes. And for slides 9, 12, and 15, you're going to use the case summary document to help you complete the 2 rows in the blue table. Okay? You're going to do that. Everyone's going to do that. Then when you get to the last part, okay, let me show you first of all what those slides look like. 7, 8, and 9 are here for case 1. There's 7, 8, and 9. And then for case number 2, which is the middle one, 10, 11, and 12. And then for the last one, 13, 14, and 15 for case number 3. Okay? So then when you get to slide 16 through 21, you're not going to do all those. If you're doing option A, which is the First Amendment, freedom of speech and press, you're only going to do slides 16 and 17. And it tells you exactly what to do here. The directions for this part say, pretend you work on a middle school newspaper and it is your job to decide whether to publish articles, and so on. Okay? It tells you exactly what to do, and I'll have a video for this as well. Okay? Just do exactly what it says in these kind of yellow boxes. All right? If you're doing option B, you're going to leave 16 and 17 blank, and you're only going to do 18 and 19. And again, it's kind of more document analysis. You see there's a document with some questions. There's 5 questions. And if you're doing option C, you're going to do these case studies, okay? So there's 2 case studies here that you have to write, read and write, okay? And I'll have these on a separate document. And then I want to look at slide 22. Everyone has this slide. This is the last slide of the presentation. Okay? On slide 22, it gives you a pacing guide. This is where you should be. Okay? This is about where you should be. All right? It even gives you finish at Homer and Rays. All right. On Monday night, the 13th, or Tuesday the 14th, if I'm not done with case 1, I got to finish that for homework. On Wednesday or Thursday, the 15th or 16th, if I'm not done by the end of class, I got to finish that by the next class for homework. Okay? And then there's a gap here. The 21st and 22nd. If I'm not done with case 3, I got to finish slides 13 and 15 by next class to keep pace. All right, the 23rd and 24th. If I want feedback from Mr. Burns or Ms. Thomasette, what do I have to do? I got to get this done by Sunday night so that they have enough time to read it, give me feedback, and then I can rework it and resubmit it by the due date. The due date being Wednesday the 29th for Gold Day, Thursday the 30th for Blue Day by the end of that class. All right, so this will be done before spring break. All right. If you have any questions, see the other videos that are more specific to each section, or you can look at the rubric or ask any questions on class or via Schoology.